We're just waiting for a few people to get on. Just so you know, tonight's meeting is going to be about how to make adjustments to your website, kind of a look and learn, and we're going to leave everybody on live, unmuted, so that everybody can get on and make comments and all that great stuff. So, hey, Paula.
Hey, Derek. How are you?
I'm doing good. How was your day?
Oh, all right. I'm tired.
It was a day, right?
Yeah, it was a day. Another day. Another day, another dollar.
Yeah, so we'll wait about another 5 minutes before we get rolling here. Again, we're going to use your site as the example tonight, Paula. So don't feel bad. I'm going to pull it apart a little bit and fix.
No, that's good. Maybe it'll help me out a little bit because it's a mess.
Exactly. And then we'll fix what you need fixed. And we're going to talk about a couple other things too. A lot of people are finishing up their memberships. We can go over that. So tonight's going to be basically one big question.
Exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. It gets kind of boring sometimes when I'm just teaching the lessons and we're interacting afterwards. So tonight's going to kind of be different than the normal lessons.
I know Stephanie wants to try to get on, but she has to work, so I don't know if she'll be able to be with us or not tonight.
It's okay. If not, she can, obviously the recordings are always in the group and we can refer back to them, right? And that's kind of a helpful tool to just watch them in your own private time and knock this stuff out. Hey, James, if you can, unmute yourself. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Okay. So, are you wanting to reset up your website?
Oh, I have to.
Yeah. Okay. So then you and I have to have a conversation so I can get that loaded on the server, and then we can redo yours. Okay.
Yeah, that's like a huge priority for us right now.
Okay.
It's just especially like leaning in the end of the summer. Getting ready for the busy holiday season. It's like top of the list.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of something. I'm going to share my screen while we're waiting for the others to get in. Don't break in her house. Let's see. So check this out. And everybody, you can unmute yourselves if you want to see what I'm showing here. It's pretty cool stuff. So this is going to be a lesson in a couple weeks. If you can see my screen, just give me a heads up that you can see it.
No.
Okay, so this is a client that we're running a free campaign for. This is just on their website, okay? So basically it's a pop-up, and I'll show you what that pop-up looks like. Let me go back here. So what happens is when somebody goes to exit their website, this pops up, okay? Pretty simple, beautiful things come to life with Greg Burns, and they're giving away a free bottle of shampoo and $10 off the first service, right? Customer has to add their email, first name, and phone number. The results on this have just been like off the charts, and I'll show you. Now this is a free ad. You're not even on Facebook, right? So here's the analytics for that ad. That's kind of month to month, but if we go to over time, that's the analytics. So these are how many people are actually looking at the form, and this is how many people actually filled out the form and became new clients actually, because there's a follow-up, which includes a phone call, because we now have the client's phone number to say, hey, you downloaded that, let's get you in for your first visit. So this client, for this simple pop-up alone, converted 246 clients at an average of $110 per client. That's $24,000 worth of business without running a Facebook ad, just off your website. So that shows the importance of having a good website.
Now, Derek, is this called what everybody's calling a funnel? Is this what a funnel is?
Correct. This is what one of your lessons you're going to be taught. This is a funnel. All a funnel is taking an advertisement, whether it be on Facebook, Google, whether it be on your website, collecting the customer data, putting that data into your email program automatically so you don't have to touch it. At the same time, that customer will receive a text message saying our front desk will be, they'll get the coupon through the email. Then they'll get a text message saying, we will be in touch with you shortly through a text message to book your first appointment. And then the third part of that is it uploads that data to Google Sheets. And the front desk gets that data every day live to make the phone call and say, hey, Mary, I saw you downloaded our coupon. I'd like to book you for your first appointment. This is the most powerful funnel that's available. As a matter of fact, there's another new group out there of a couple non-salon owners who are really getting fired up in the industry lately that are selling this program for $1,500 to $2,000 a month just for this funnel.
Well, hey, Derek, question for you.
Sure.
I mean, I obviously, you know, I love this kind of stuff. Is there any value if you're running multiple things? So say you're using this on your website, you're doing Facebook ads or other, you know, outside advertising. Say you're doing sort of a mix of doing a different offer for each type of ad. So in other words, so to me, what you just showed me is the most valuable, right? I know they saw my website. I could tell how long they were there. They probably looked at our policies. They looked at our service menu. So those are probably like fantastic clients, where if I put an ad in my local stupid newspaper and I said, hey, free shampoo if you book an appointment, there's no way to track that. So I would never put that type of ad because
there actually is a way to track that. But, you know, and that's in some of the advanced techniques we're going to be teaching in the next coming up weeks. But if you wanted to do it with, like, say, a Facebook or a Google ad, you would do the exact same thing you're doing here. You would build a secret landing page inside of your website that was the button learn more from Google or Facebook, takes them in there, they give you their data, it hooks up to whatever email program you're using, whether it be MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, whatever that is. They get the email that gives them the coupon. At the same time, it's connected to a text marketing program and Google Sheets. And that's all what I'm going to teach you how to do.
That's really good. Hey, the other question is with the free shampoo. You know, obviously, you know that I do some things with retail and, you know, navigating points, whether they're distributor based or brand based or whatever. What I love about this, if you guys that are waiting on the call, is that I already know what my points are for next quarter because I've gotten them. I already know what my distributor points are. I already know what my brand points are that I have. So with something like this, what's great is that if I know that 246 people wanted to take advantage of it, I can scale because I already have basically the fake money, right? The monopoly money ready to buy those shampoos. Whereas if you do a live campaign and you say, hey, this is our product of the month and it's 20% off, I don't know how many people in salon are going to take advantage of that. So it's hard to navigate in advance, where this sort of gives you a leg up.
My thoughts on percentages off campaigns. It's okay to run them on your site, but you're not going to get a lot of traction. Basically, you want to drag, this is more geared towards new clients, so you want to give something away, okay? Or you want to go with, and I hate to use this, but a Groupon mentality. It better be a big, deep offer to get them through the door the first time and break up their marriage with the salon they're going to now, because they are going to another salon. That's just a fact. So when you get a new client, you're creating a divorce from that other salon, right? And normally that takes 6 or 7 touches, they call it in marketing. So this is almost putting all those touches into one campaign.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's great. And I like the Groupon mentality without Groupon fees.
Without paying Groupon, right? Yeah.
Yep. It's true.
Exactly.
Well, that's everybody's biggest complaint with using something like Groupon is that, you know, when you really look at it, if you were, you know, smart enough to boil it down, you're completely getting screwed. Plus you're at the mercy of their policy and the clients that seek out Groupon, where in this case, if you're getting it through basic SEO, somebody that was sort of looking for a new salon and browsing sees that and they say, wow, that's actually a pretty cool offer. You know, you're still organically bringing them through your process. You're just giving them something a really good reason to make the switch.
You're taking them from what they call, that's why they call it a sales funnel, right? You're taking them from the top part of the funnel, which is a big, giant open funnel where you're trying to create trust down at the bottom of the funnel. Trust is a sale. And to do that, you have to take them through a process, not just post an ad and then wait for them to come in, right? So most people that post ads on the internet, these guys charge them by the click, and they're like, oh, wow, I got a whole bunch of clicks. Great. Well, how many clients did you get from that? How did you interact with those clients after they clicked on it? That's the important part. That's the icing on the cake.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this while we're looking at this page with the stats.
Mm-hmm.
So is this just for that particular page on their, so this secret page on their site that talks about it?
So this one isn't even a secret page. This is a pop-up of exit intention. What that means is when someone goes and looks at their site and they're like, oh, it's a first-time client. So they're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to book an appointment, right? I'm going to look at their site. Well, as soon as they go to exit off the site, that page pops up. So it kind of makes up their mind for them psychologically. That makes sense?
I like it. No, it does. I'm just, when I look at it, obviously I'm looking at my analytics in different formats, and I know a lot of it is, whatever they want to tell you. So to give you an example, we were on vacation last week. I'm a big proponent of writing Yelp reviews when service is great. I never write bad ones. I only write good ones. I had a horrible experience, and I messaged the company directly. And I said, I don't want anything from you. I just want to let you know that, you were teetering on like the worst Yelp review ever because service was so bad, the food was so bad, everything was so bad. So just an FYI, like we own a business. So to be cool, I'm just going to tell you all the things that were super horrible. And I'm not going to post it. I'm just going to tell you just as a friendly neighborhood business owner type of thing.
Which was
but
nice.
The photos and stuff that I've put on Yelp, well, I'm a Yelp hater, so I don't really give a shit. Like at the end of the day, like I'm not going to support Yelp's program. I would rather say, hey, these were great experiences over the horrible ones.
Correct.
But when I went back and I looked at some of the reviews that I posted, especially locally where I'm in Bergen County, my reviews are getting like crazy hits, and it has nothing to do with the business.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are they listen, there's a relatively new restaurant that opened up. It's been open for probably about 10 or 12 months now. That's sort of a hot property. And we had our company holiday party there. I happen to know the guy that owns it. We're working on a charity thing together, like just a friendly, the food is great. Everything is great about it. I love the place. But I wrote a pretty decent review. Like, hey, this is what we had. This is the second time we went. And that review has already gotten in the last 10 months, like 18,000 hits on Yelp, which I can't believe.
So reviews do work, especially good reviews, right? And that's part of our review platform. And that's obviously another module we'll be talking about. And that's another form of marketing, right? Review marketing. And just check this out quickly. We got some more people jumping in here. Okay. So those are all important things. So
I'm just wondering, when I look at their traffic on their site and it says 706 views, I'm assuming those are unique views for that year?
Yeah, so 706 views are how many people actually viewed that pop-up. 623 people are unique. In other words, there might have been 100 people saw it more than once, right? 246 people actually filled it out to get it. That means 246 new clients because it's only available to new clients. And that's a 39% conversion rate, which is super high.
No, that's good. I'm just wondering with like even Google Images on your Google Plus page or whatever the hell they call it now, some of the images that we have when they give me my stats, hey, your picture's been seen, 9 bazillion times, which I know is there's nothing convertible on that. But this is, I love that this is sort of a little more
so the secret thing with Google
how many
Maps,
people probably went.
Even with Google Maps, you could put offers in there, and most people don't know that for free, right? Near those images, and you can drop those conversions into this type of funnel. You can do this from any other spot that's linkable. Put them in these funnels. And then,
That's
then
nice.
that gives you tracking ability, right? So that's important. So I'm assuming that we're not going to have more people on tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the site for a little bit because we're going to go over some site work. That's the main issue tonight. And then afterwards, we'll jump back into this stuff a little bit. And I'll show you how this is going to be hooked into the back end of the website. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to work on Paula's site tonight. Paula's on with us tonight, and she's given us permission to jump in and mess around on her site a little bit. Okay. So this is Paula's site. She was kind of going for a look of like Drybar, which is a clean site. Paula, I'm going to need you to interact a little bit here. So I'm going to mute everybody except Paula for right now. You there, Paula?
I am, yep.
Okay, perfect. So Paula, tell me what you were trying to accomplish. I saw you did some work here. I can see you have kind of a mistake in this section here. You were trying to put a background in, and your pricing you were trying to put in, right?
Right. To be honest with you, I have no idea what I'm doing. My old site that I had was just a drag and drop, which, you know, I could just take elements and move them from one spot to another, and I could set everything right where I wanted to. And then it's just understanding of this that I don't get.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that on here, and we're going to do some quick cleanup, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning on how you log into your site, and then we'll go from there. Paula, you know how to log into your site already.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit slow. I'm warning everybody, just because doing website editing and being on a live Zoom conference eats up a lot of bandwidth. So I'm just going to delete out of here, and I'm going to type in your address. So there you are. So you just go to your web page when you get ready to log in. I'm already logged in, unfortunately. What's going to come up here when you get to your web page is you're going to type in /WP-admin. And that is going to take you to your login for the web page. It logged me in automatically, but if you're not already logged in, it's going to bring up a little box that says, what's your login name and what's your email? When you do that, it's going to take you into the dashboard. This is the dashboard for the site, okay? This is the back end of all the things we've pre-built into the site for you. What we talked about earlier, so that lead form or that page for those pop-ups is right here under your Thrive dashboard. That's already built in. It's a paid plugin that creates landing pages in your website. What a landing page is a secret web page that you bring those ads from outside your site into the site and then into your email program, okay? We'll go over how to set that up in the next lesson, but they are in your site already set up for you, okay? Once you're in here, if you want to make changes to your site, you come up to your Salon Envy or whatever your site name is and you say, visit site. Okay, now Paul has made some changes already, but if we wanted to make changes on the fly, we have two places to do it. We could do it in the visual builder, which is the front end. So the visual, what I mean by the front end is it allows you to make changes visually. Then we could also go in and we could edit the page, okay? Editing the page is if you wanted to drag one section to another area very quickly, this allows you to do it a lot easier. I'm hoping it loads because we've got a lot going on here bandwidth-wise. Okay, so as you can see, this is the top part, the header. Everything's labeled for you where you are on the page. If it's blank like this, it means it was a section and it's gone. In this case, I noticed earlier, just going through the site, that you had moved the promo area by accident down to the bottom, right?
Okay.
So So if I
I'm
wanted to
sure I
move that-
did.
So if I want to move that area up to the top, right? You see me in that area? Notice there's a little drag and drop handle. I can just drag this on it on the page. So I'm going to drag it up.
Oh,
Well,
so that I did not know. You just taught me
Yes.
something tonight.
Yeah, these are some, obviously a little bit more advanced techniques. This is on the
Okay.
back end. It's not coding, but you have to know what these modules are when you move them around.
Yeah, because they
Okay.
don't say what they are, correct?
You can label them, and then you'll
Oh,
know
I
what they
can.
are.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll label each section. I don't normally do it just because I know I'm very familiar where I'm going with everything.
Okay. Is there a way for me to figure out what are in the text?
Yeah.
How do,
I'm going to show you everything on here tonight, and that's why we're here, right? So, like, here's your header. See, it says underneath here, full width header, and I'm still holding the other one because I can drag it wherever I want. So I'm going to put it right here for now, okay?
okay.
And I'm going to shrink these boxes just to move them out a little bit because they are in my way. And when I'm done moving something, remember I have to save it, right? Or it's not going to be there. So in this back end, I hit update, and that's going to save that change I just made. Takes a second. You wait till it's done updating. Okay, so now it's done updating. But now I want to see my change, right? I want to see what I did. Of course, we got to wait for this to load. So we'll go in here, page updated, view page. So let's go see what we did to it. Oh, look, there's that reward section again, all the way up at the top, right? So this is the one we dragged from the bottom all the way up.
Okay.
Now let's say we wanted to make a change to this section alone. We come in here and we enable Visual Builder. We're going to build on the front end now, which is the visual part.
And that's what I've been doing, but I just could not do it right.
And it's pretty easy to do, Paula, and I'll show it to you. It's actually very easy to do. Once it finishes loading, it'll be a lot easier. I need like a supercomputer to do this stuff while I'm live. So over here, you'll see this is the section we just moved, right? So if we want to edit this section, the green box is the whole section. You'll notice a green box went around everything, right?
Yeah.
So that's if I like change the size or the shape of these two areas. Like if I wanted to make, say I didn't want 2 columns, I wanted more columns. I could click this and I could say, see, it's right now it's a big one and a small one. I could change it to this one. And that changed the sizes a little bit.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out how to make the sizes like equal, because it was funny that photo was smaller than the other box.
And that happens sometimes. So that means you have to get a bigger photo, right? Unfortunately, because this won't resize the photo unless the photo is already a large size. So you go in here and you hit columns. You want them equal now. Let's do 2 equal columns. So there, now they're both the same, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that was not that hard to do. Now let's say we want to change what's inside of these. Then we come in here and instead of hitting green area, because that's only our shape, right? We come into the actual content. So the content is the little gray boxes, okay? Now in here we can move it. This is the little move thing right here. Move it to another area. We can go in the gear icon, which is the settings. That's where you're actually going to change the content. We can duplicate it. So if we want to make this, let's say we want to do another box below this with the same content and then modify the content, we just hit it, duplicate, and you'll notice it popped it up right there. Then we can delete that content with the garbage can. Or if we really love something, we can save it to our library to use in other parts of the website. That's this button.
Okay.
Okay? we want to change it, this is the one you're going to use the most, is the gear icon. We come in here, and we're just going to use the small box instead of the giant one, so we can see what we're doing. If you notice, once I hit that gear icon, it pulls up this box, and there's the content that's inside of here. If you don't know where the content is, all you have to do is click this little paintbrush, and it's going to tell you how to design it. So content is here, right? And in this case, it's text. So here's all the text that's there. If I wanted to change that text, I would just type it in here, right? We'll just delete this and retype it. Delete. Notice it changed it in the box when I did that. Now it's back, okay? If I wanted to change that text content to, let's say, a different size, right? Right now I'm looking at it, it says paragraph. Let's say I wanted to make it a heading. I could click here and say, okay, I'm going to make that a heading too. Okay, it changed it a little bit. Then I go in design, and design has all of your title text, okay? So we know this is heading 2, right? So if we went to H2, right there, we could come down, we could change the font of it, we could change the color, we could do everything right there, okay? In this case, we'll leave it white. We change sizing. I don't know why, there it goes. Of the text, we can do all types of stuff. If we wanted to change the content of the regular text, right, which is here, okay, we'll change that back to all paragraph, like that, okay? We could go back into design. We could go to text. Here's where we could change where the text is. We could go left align, right align, all that great stuff, change the color, title text, body text, which is this, right? So if we want the body text, it's default font. If we want to change the font to script or something, we could do that. We could change the color of it. See, change the color, right? We could change the size of the font, which sometimes if you want to equalize this box to be the same size as the picture, all you have to do is change.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, so look, I'm changing the font size. It's changing the size of the box, right?
Oh,
there.
Okay.
Now they're even. So these are little tricks that'll take a little time to get used to, but it's not that hard to do. Okay? If I wanted to move, let's say I wanted to move this whole section, all I have to do is grab it, drag it slowly, and you'll see it highlight where I want to move it. When it's highlighted, it's showing you the available areas you can move it to. So then I let go of it, and boom, it moved it. Now it's below where that other section was before. Okay? If you want to get rid of a section, you have some blank sections in here, which are kind of doing nothing, like these. I don't even know what they are, and we'll look at them later, and I'll show you how to look at them. Okay? Notice we move this. Now I don't see this. I don't like this right now because look how close the button is, right?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
So let's say I want to move that button, right? I come in here. I'm going to go into button settings, okay? I'm going to go into design. I'm going to go into spacing, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a margin. So we're going to give it a margin on top to get it away from the other one. And you'll see as I add pixels, it spaces it apart. Done. Check it off.
Okay.
Save it. Remember, whenever you want to save, you go to the purple box, come over on the right, it should say save. Click on save, and it's going to save your changes. So now if we wanted to see what that looks like in real time, you can exit the visual builder. And we're going to take a look at what the web page looks like now, right? And boom, there it is. Okay? Now, if we, let's say this is wrong, right? So we want to get rid of some of these social icons. And honestly, we're going to move them over, either center them over the book appointment or to the right, right? That would look better. So we go back up into the Enable Visual Builder. You guys will really get comfortable with this, and I'm going to show you how to take it all back to scratch when you first started making changes.
Okay.
so that you can revert to the original copy I gave you. And it's
Okay.
pretty easy to do if you mess up, okay? Unless you
Alright.
want me to leave it where it is, and then you can work on it. But I'll show you where to do it anyway, okay?
Okay.
So now we have this section. We want to do something with this. We don't like two sections. So number one, we're going to get rid of one of these, right? Because you don't need two of the same.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
It's okay, but we get rid of it, right? Now we don't like, I don't like the alignment there. It doesn't look professional. It looks sloppy, right?
Yeah.
You go into module settings, and this is the code to make that module. We're not going to worry about that. What we're worried about is the design, okay? So that's considered text, even though it's code. So we're going to click here, and we're going to do the alignment, right? So actually, it might not show in this area. It is going to show up in the content. Back to the text content. We're going to just highlight this code, and we're going to go to alignment, and we're going to go center. And it's not listening to me. And that happens sometimes. So you may have to go in a different spot, and we're going to try something else. You see the little paintbrushes, so I'm going to find out where I'm going to edit that by clicking this little paintbrush. And now it's showing me. So we're going to come in here and see if that does anything, and it's not. So now what's making me curious is why it's not aligning. I'm just going to look around a little bit and find out. Here it is right here. Text orientation. So I had to scroll down a little bit. It's still not doing it. So now I'm going to force it, and I'm going to show you a quick trick to do this. Okay, we'll get out of there. Remember what I said about columns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not picking up, for some reason, we're not picking up columns within that box. For some, I see why. Notice when I hit the green box, it contains both of those items, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want the green box with alignment to contain both.
Okay.
Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to create a new section. And there's a new section already there. Row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section and I'm going to drag it down to this new row. Can't get it in there. It's fighting with me. So we're going to go back to where it was. We're going to leave it alone. See what happens here. And this is stuff you have to play around with sometimes, Paula, just because sometimes this coding gets crazy.
Yeah, and I think that was the problem I was having. I couldn't get it to move where I wanted it to.
So you notice it jumped up to this section even though I wanted to move it down because it couldn't find a place it wanted to go. So I'm going to add a brand new section. And what I'm going to do to cheat is I'm going to add a section with 3 boxes. And I'll explain why in a second. I'm trying to force this section into the center, right? So now I have 3 boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this section into the center spot. And because it contains 2 hidden boxes, it should put that section into this, and there it goes. So that was a quick way to force it to center itself. Did you understand that?
I do. It still looks a little off center.
Yeah, and I think that's, I don't know why. It is centered. It's definitely centered. I don't know why this is picking up that it's supposed to be centered, and it is a little bit off center. So let's look at this. And I'm just going to space this a little differently to line up. This is why it just needs some custom movement here. And I'm just going to drag this over a little bit to kind of meet those social icons. There we go. So this is kind of stuff you have to do on your own, playing around, moving this stuff all over. Now we have all these lines, which I'm not a big fan of either. But we can have some, they're dividers. Probably shouldn't have one here. So if we go to that, where that line is, you'll see it's in this green box. I'm just going to delete that and get rid of that divider line. While that's loading, I want to look. What were you trying to achieve here, Paula, with this background?
I was trying to do one of those scrolly image thingies.
Okay. And what did you want over? What did you want
It
over?
looks too narrow now. I had it wider. It looked really pretty when I looked at it, and I don't know how it gets small like that again. But
It resized. It resized, and I'll show you how to resize. So, did you want to put some text over the top of that too?
I don't know yet.
Normally, yeah. So normally when you do that, you put some text over it.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to do that quickly, and I'll show you how to. That's called a parallax image, where it kind of goes into the background, right? And you can change the size of these parallax images. And I'm just going to do it now. Notice see that blue section right there? That's kind of the sizing. So I'm grabbing that and I'm dragging it to a bigger size, right? So I have a little more parallax to play around with. Now, if I wanted to put something on top of it, I could just add some, let's say I wanted to add something right on top of it, right? I could add a row on it. And I could add anything in here on top of it. For this time, I'm going to put title text, right? And you notice it popped up on top of it. And what's going to happen is you slide. It's going to slide, stay with the background, and the image is going to move behind it, so it makes it look like it has a little movement.
Right.
We're just going to call this our menu for now, because right below it, we're doing our menu, right?
Okay.
And you can change all this to your own liking. Right, so a couple things I'm going to do. Right now it's little and it's over here. So I'm going to center it right here, align center. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change it from a paragraph to a heading. And I'm going to go into the design settings. And that's heading text. Notice when I went over heading text, it lights up, right? We already know that was heading 2. If we edit heading 1, it's not going to do anything to this. We need to edit heading 2. Because that's what we set it up as, okay? We can change the font. In this case, we won't change the font weight. We can change the color like that. We're going to change it to white for now. And we're going to change the size. So we come right here, heading text size. We're really going to blow it up really large. There you go, right? Now we're going to save that. And now that's your menu. And you can put your menu below, right? If I wanted to move this down in the picture a little bit, I would set some padding, some spacing, in other words. So I would click on it again. I would go into design, and I would go into spacing, and I would want to space it from the top so it moves down, right? So I'm going to add something to the top. I'm going to add some margin to the top. So in this case, we're going to add margin. You see, as I'm dragging this, it's moving down, right?
Okay.
I'll just leave it at 100 pixels. We'll check it off. And now you have a nice section. So let's save all this and take a look at it again. Sometimes when you have a code widget, like those social icons, you might see this spinning thing. And it just means it's code. Code sometimes doesn't show up on the back end. So then we're going to get out of here, right? We're going to exit the visual builder so we can look at the site. So now we're back to your menu. We have this nice special that clients will see right away. The book appointment. There's the social icons lined up. Here's that new Parallax section, our menu, right? And then you can put your pricing right below here, right? And you just continue in here and that'll space this out. This will automatically go down below your pricing, the About Us section, okay? Our team, okay? So obviously this is your bio and Courtney's bio, and you can put your work in here. This is a slider, so you can put different images in here, right? And then you can put text in here also. You don't have to. If you just want your bios side by side, you can do that, and you can get rid of these images of your work.
Yeah, I think I will. Whereas we've got, we're going to have our Instagram.
Yeah, so let me show you. Yeah, so let me show you how quick you do that, right? So let's go into Visual Builder. Again, Visual Builder is the front end that you're going to build stuff with. Okay. So we know we've made all these changes. These are our sections. Pricing, you're going to have to put your menu in here, and all you'll do is come in here, Paula, and put your menu in here, right? You create it. If you want your menu in 2 columns, you'll do that. But all you'll do is come into these module settings or add one with 2 columns, right? If I wanted to add one, I would go here. You already added one, right? Well, let's delete this one and let's add a new one, okay? So we're going to delete that one. Notice when I'm in here, it says, right, I want to add something new. I'm going to even delete this one. Okay, now we have the pricing right up against this next section. So let's say I want to add a new section. I'm going to add a green new box. You want to get the green button. If you want to add like this, what it's going to do is it's going to add another section inside of the box, which gives you a little less control, right? Because then you can't resize it, respace it. But like if you wanted to add 2 paragraphs, you would do that. If I wanted to add another whole section, I would go to the plus arrow, right? What kind of section? In this case, I'm going to add a double section, so you can do 2 rows of pricing.
Okay.
Okay? And then it's going to ask you for each one of those 2 rows what you want to put in there. In this case, we're going to put text in there, and you're going to create your menu. So we'll say text, right? It added some sample text that you go in and edit. And same thing over here, add a new module. We're going to add some text in there. And there, now it's all ready to edit for your pricing menus. Yes?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And here, I don't like this spacing again. So what I can do is I can either make this section bigger and move that out of the way, right? Or I could have went in here and I could have put padding on top of it. So I would have went in here like this. I would have hit the settings again. Hit design, spacing, and I would have added some space to the top. Okay? It's not going to show because we dragged it a mile
Right,
down, but
yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Now you got to add your menu. Now our team, okay? Let's say you wanted side-by-sides, you and Courtney, instead of having this stuff, right?
Oh,
So let's just
okay.
do, we'll get rid of the pictures. Boom. And boom, garbage, right? We threw them in the trash. Now we see that there's a plus arrow because it's 2 columns. Now, if I wanted to change the columns, let's say I had 3 stylists I wanted to put in there, right? I could just click here, and I would turn it, instead of 2, I'd turn it into 3 boxes.
Okay.
Okay? But in this case, we have 2. We already have that extra box with the plus arrow. You see it there. So we're just going to drag this one, not the green, but the actual module that's inside of the green up to that other plus. So I grab it, I hold the mouse button down. If it behaves, there, I put it right there where the other one was. And now you got side-by-sides. Now, they're different sizes, and the reason that they're a different size is the picture is a different size and the text is a different size. So if you wanted to make them the same, then you have to go in here and you have to add some content to make them the same. Okay?
Okay.
So all the information is in there, right? So if I wanted to add some information, you'll see it's making everything change in size, right? Yes?
Say that again.
So when I went in here, I just went in description, right? And the description is their bio. So I went in here and I just put some gibberish in there, but it made the picture section bigger, right? Same thing if I wanted to edit her picture, I would go into the edit picture section, right? And I can do a whole bunch of things in there. I can add a border. I can make the border a different size, a different color. There's the colors in the border. I can put a shadow to it. Okay. I can change the text, the title text, the sizing on it, all that stuff. So the same thing. But I go back to content because we're going to get rid of that ugly writing that I just did, right? And we're going to go to text. We're just going to go in there and we can add our Instagram, her LinkedIn, her whatever you want in there if you choose to do that below her profile. I generally tell salons not to do that because then you're promoting a stylist, not the salon. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to save. And then I saved it. Okay. Now we have 2 Book Now buttons. We're going to want to move one of them up to here because we don't like them below. Right now they're for you, right? And if I want to book Courtney, I've got to move this somewhere. Yes? So notice there's not a button for me to move it right now inside of the green box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it because I want to add it inside of the green box. I'm just going to add another, we'll call it a paragraph below Courtney, right? So I'll come up here, I'll hit the gray plus. It's going to ask me what I want to do. Right now I don't want to do anything because I'm going to drag I can put something in there, right? A brand new button or whatever. In this case, I'm going to move something. So we're going to leave it like that. We're just going to add that spot. We're going to drag this up and over. And hopefully it behaves. And there you go. Okay? Now we're
Now,
going to get rid of
would that be necessary to have that Book Now button? Because
I like I like as many Book Now buttons as possible all over the site. So this way, when I decide I want to be a client, I don't want to have to look at Courtney's picture and go all the way back up to the top to hit Book Online.
Okay.
I want to make sure there's a button right there that says Book Now.
Okay.
Or All Now, right? Either one.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to move, say I wanted to move this button just to equalize it with the other one, because you're going to add some bio there, I would just go into the settings, go into design, go into spacing. I'm going to add some space to the top to move it down. And it's not behaving. And sometimes that happens, like I said to you before. Let's see. Let's try it up, Derek. So I'm doing it from
That's
the
all
bottom.
right. My ADD is going to tell me to change the size of that box anyway.
Yeah. So, but look, see, I'm doing this, and you notice it's moving the button down, right?
Oh, okay.
Even it with the other button. So this way, when the other spacing goes, you may have to come back in here and fix that button. So now it is even. Okay?
Yeah.
Your memberships are in there. They look great. Everything's cool with that.
Yeah, I do have to change that though.
Okay, and you're going to want to change the pricing in here, right? And to do that, all you're going to do is come in here. You'll hit the gear icon like I showed you before. And here's all your memberships right here, right? And this is the wording for each one. And you can come over here too to change it. And if right now it's not showing because it's cutting it off because of the size of this box, if you ever need to see everything that's in there, notice it's cutting it off right here. You're only seeing the first 2 memberships. We can always go up here and make this box bigger so we can see everything. See this button, expand modal?
Yeah.
Click there, there. Now they're there to make the edits. Okay? And you can drag these boxes around too by grabbing them and holding the mouse down.
Oh,
if they get you. Okay?
All
We'll
right.
hit check. We're always going to, like I said before, we always, once in a while, we want to hit the purple button and then hit save in case something happens and something freezes up with the internet or something. So we know our work is saved. Okay? Weddings, it's all there. Download our wedding contract. That's all good. And if you wanted to change the background for one of these sections, Paula, let's say you wanted a picture, right? All you have to do is come to that green box that's behind them. And in this case, I don't see a green box. There we go. And let's say I wanted a background on this particular thing, right? I could go into the settings of it, and I could just hit the background and choose an image or a color. So these are colors. These are, I forget what the hell they call them, where it changes from one color to the next. Okay? A gradient.
A gradient, okay.
Yep. And this is pictures, and you can even add a video background.
Oh, cool.
So let's say I wanted to add.
I would probably do a picture.
Yeah, well, it might look busy with a picture unless it's a very plain picture, right? But I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say I wanted to add a background picture. I hit add background picture. Right? These are your available pictures. You can also upload new stuff. If you click upload, it's going to grab whatever you want to grab off of your computer, okay? In this case, we'll use this rose just for example, and we'll hit upload the image, and there. Now the image is the background. Now let's say I wanted it to stretch all the way across, right? Not really thrilled with the way it looks right now.
Right.
Oh, so if you wanted to change it to parallax, you can change it here, right? With that scrolling background, gives it a little movement. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Then we could go in and we could do some design work and sizing. Make this row full width. There you go.
Oh,
Pretty cool, right?
That's pretty.
We can use a custom gutter width, which will expand it even more. I'll just show you what that looks like.
Okay.
Come here, custom gutter width. We're going to make it 1 pixel, which will put it all the way out to the sides. See? Now it took up the whole thing. Kind of cool, right?
Oh, that, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to take that away now and let you play around with it a little bit. You want me to leave it full width or regular?
You can leave it full width. That's fine.
Okay.
Well, another question I have with the link to the wedding contract, I have made some changes to it. How would I create a new link?
Yeah, so I'm going to show you that. So you come here, right? This is a link already. The way you download our wedding contract. What is the link? It's asking you, right? So right now it doesn't have a link. Don't know why, but probably because we were waiting to upload the contract. Now let's say the contract, okay? So where it's taking you to right now is nowhere. It's taking you back to the home page. What I would do is I would put the URL, which is the web address for your wedding contract. And the way to do that is pretty easy. It sounds complicated, it's not. So we're gonna get out of here quickly, right? We're gonna come down here. We're gonna save our work. I'm going to link it to something else because your contract's not uploaded, but I'm going to show you how to do that. You go into your Salon Envy dashboard. That's the back end, if you remember, right?
Yeah.
And now we're going to go into media. This is your library of all your media. That means images, videos, paperwork, anything can be in here, right? So we're going to go in library. And there's your wedding contract. We'll use your current one. You can change it, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna click on this first, okay? What you notice here, it's not gonna show you the contract, but over here on the right, it's gonna give you a web address of where that contract is stored. See it right here?
Yes.
So we're gonna click that and copy it. You can click this also, copy link. I just have a habit of highlighting things for some reason, just me. Okay, then we're going to go out of there. We're going to X out of there, and I can't see the X out because I just can't because of the stuff that's in the way. There we go. We're going to go back to the front end of the site, visit the site. Now remember, we already copied that to the clipboard, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to go back into our visual builder. We're going to go down to that spot. And we're here, right? So there's the button. We're going to go into the settings of the button. That's the wording. Here's the link. It has no link right now. Now we're going to click on that, and we're going to paste that address in that we had.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to save it. And I'll show you how it works now, right? It was going to nowhere before. Now we're going to save the whole page. And I always do this, and I always go, it's a little time consuming, but then I go back and I check it. I exit out of the visual builder, and I check to make sure my work was done right? So we're going to exit out of the visual builder, and we're going to test to see if that button works. And we're going to go down to where we just worked on that button, and we're going to hit download our wedding contract, and let's see what happens. And boom, there it is. Pretty cool, right?
Very awesome. Very cool.
We can also, one thing I noticed is it opened it in the same page and took us off of the website, and I don't like that. When I'm downloading something, I want it to open in a separate window. So we're going to go back in and we're going to go back into our visual builder, right? And I'm going to show you how to do that so that anything you open can open in a whole new tab on the internet without taking you off of the website.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying by that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go back down there. And it's a quick setting. You go into the spot. We're going to go into the settings again. There's the link. It's going to ask you button link target. It says in the same window right now. We want it in a new tab. We're going to click in a new tab. And now it'll open in its own window. We hit check and we save it.
Well, that was easy.
A lot of this stuff is very easy. It's just a matter of learning how to do it and taking your time.
Right. Yeah, it's like seeing it 7 different times in order for it to click.
And if you screw up, don't worry about it. Remember, you can go always in here and you can hit the trash can and recreate it.
Okay.
Okay. This is your module for your reviews. Okay. Right now it's small. Let's say we wanted to change this, right, to a bigger size. We go into the settings. This is the code for it. We're not going to change the code. What we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, but we don't like that design. So we're going to go into design. Oh, I just killed my microphone. I guess that one will be recording somewhere else. So that's to my my other camera. And we're going to go in here and we're going to change. What do we want to change on here? Let's change the sizing, right? We talked about that before. Right now it's 100% width, so that's kind of okay. Maybe we want to change the background color, right? So let's find that down here. So we have some filters. We can change the color on here if we wanted to. Like that. I kind of like that a little better, a little brighter. We can change all types of stuff on it. Okay. Animation, what animation is, if we want to do some funky stuff. When the website is loading, go down to that section. You can actually make these sections do things like be animated. So here's some different ones like fade, slide, bounce. It can bounce in. It can roll, right? Like that. And when you click them, it's going to show you what they do when the site loads. Bounce is always a great one, gets attention. You can have how many times the animation repeats itself, where it comes from. You can really go crazy on this stuff. It's kind of fun once you learn how to do it. Okay?
Okay.
Now, like I was looking at the sizing for in here, right? But remember, we want to be at full width. We go to here, we go into row settings, and we can change that to full width. We can change the background, right? It doesn't have a background color right now. We could add a background color. If we want to design it, we can go sizing. We want to go full width. There's reviews in full width. I kind of don't like that. It drags them out too much.
A little too much, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to show you how easy it is to change this stuff, right? Your Instagram is going to show up funky when you're looking at it on the back end because it's not run by this program. It's run by an outside program. So
yeah.
When you're in the visual builder, it scrolls through a whole bunch. Okay. We'll go below that. What we have going on. Okay. Important. Blog, right? Super important. This needs to be done right away, Paula. Okay. Because right now there's.
I just don't know what to put in there.
Now I'm going to show you. I'll show you a cheap way to do it, right?
All right.
So you got these 3 right now, right? So let's get it. Let's save our work, and I'll show you where to edit a blog. Also, while you're doing this stuff, while you're in the back end on the visual builder, if you ever want to see what it looks like on mobile, if you see down here on the left, you can click this little symbol. It says phone view. It's going to show you what your mobile view will look like. And you can actually edit this in your like as if you were editing on your mobile phone. And remember what I talked to you about menus, how I'm not a big fan of doing a menu all in one. I like doing single columns, and here is the reason why.
Yeah, and I think I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, mobile phones tend to cut it off. Okay. So this is kind of the changes we made. Looks pretty good on mobile, actually. Cool.
Okay.
You want to go back to desktop view? We go back to desktop view down here on the left. Now we're going to do some different work. So we're going to exit the Visual Builder.
You forgot to save it.
I had already saved it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep. And now we're gonna go in, and we're gonna go into how. This is kind of another lesson. How do I edit my blog? Okay. So what we do is we come in the back end. We go to our dashboard. We go to posts. Okay. Right here at the top. We'll go to all posts. If you want to add a new one, you can just do it quickly. I usually go into all posts even when I'm adding one. Okay. Because there's controls to do that. These are your existing posts, okay? So if I wanted to edit them, I could just go hover over it. I could hit edit. It's going to show you what's in that post right now. Okay? Right now it's just named, I guess. I don't have content in there. So obviously we don't want to name it test 3, right? So we'll call it back to school hair. Okay, so that's what we named it right now. Make sure that if you're editing it, an existing post, you also come in here and you have to edit the permalink. What a permalink is the web address, and Google's going to pick that up. So you also want to have it matching the title. So we're going to edit that to the same as the title. We can just copy this and paste it in there. So instead of test 3, we're just going to back to school hair. Hit OK. That changed it. Notice it changed the web address. Then we come down here and we hit all the way down here. Whenever we make changes, we have to save them. In this case, it's updated. And it's updating it. So right now, what I'm going to do is show you a quick cheat on how to do a blog. Okay, we're going to open a new browser tab in the internet while that's doing its thing. And I'm going to type in back to school hair, because there'll be an article somewhere. And this is not plagiarism, by the way. And I'm going to show you why and how. We use back to school hairstyles. And we're going to not use images. I go to an article, right? Find a new, we'll go with Southern Living, pretty big magazine. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. Copy, okay? And we're gonna go back to our blog. And we're gonna paste it in there. Now these links are all for that website. So what these are going to do is they're going to backlink into Modern Country Magazine, whatever that was, right? And what we're going to do is something sneaky to make it so we're not taking away from their credit. We're going to do something like this. So I just spaced it. I say, if you should capitalize only on titles. You have ever been to Salon Envy, then you need check out. Doing this on the fly, so I'm thinking as I'm going. Files. Okay. So now the reason I put your name in here is right now these are all linked to that magazine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your name. We're going to create a hyperlink. Now I'm going to grab your web address quickly because I don't know it offhand. And I'm just copying Salon MD Concord. And what a hyperlink is your web address, right? So you can put your web address behind any word on your website. So I'm copying that. Here's your name, right? I highlighted it. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit insert a highlight, copy your website address. I'll hit paste. It doesn't change the wording, but now this is a link to your website. And I know you're already on your website, but there's a strategic reason for this. Then I'm going to hit apply. Now your salon is hooked to that magazine electronically, which makes Google give you much more rank recognition. If that makes sense. Okay?
Yeah.
Now we have this beautiful wording, right? Let's say we wanted to add a picture. So we're going to add a picture. So we'll just put a picture right here, right? So in here, it's going to say add media. So we'll go back to the that other site. Oop. Got rid of our thing. And we're going to grab this picture. We're just going to copy the image. Copy the image. Okay. And I should save the image. So I'm going to save the image. I'll save it to my desktop for now. Okay. Now we're going to go back into here, edit the post. We're going to add media, right? We want a picture in the post so it looks cool. Add media. That picture is not in here if it was, but in this case, I'm going to upload the file, select the file for my desktop, find the one that we just downloaded, and of course, it's not there. Where the hell is it? Oh, boy.
She
I thought I
disappeared.
saved it.
I thought you did too.
Let's see. Let's just grab another image quickly. We won't even grab that image. We'll get kids. Just grab kids. And we'll grab this one. JPEG, desktop. Okay. Oh, that other one wasn't saved as an image. That's why. This one saved it as a
web page.
Yeah. So again, we're going to upload files. So we'll hit select files. There's his image. We'll grab that image. Okay. It's now in your media library. We're going to say insert it into the post. And boom, there's that picture now in the post. Okay. Now, the one last thing you have to do before you publish it, you can create it in a category or you can leave it uncategorized. Okay. And we set a featured image. So what a featured image is on the front page of your website, what's going to show. I'm going to use the same image for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's find that boy's image again. There it is. Set the featured image. And okay, to be picked up by Facebook. So the image is a size. It's probably small, but we're just going to leave it for now. And it's telling us right now, kind of if we make an SEO issue, it's going to give us a heads up because you have SEO installed in your site, a premium package, which helps you build SEO for your site. Okay? It's in there anyway. We'll use this. We'll change that up. We'll hit update. Remember, we have to save our work. And then we want to see what our blog looks like. So there's two places that blog is going to show. It's going to show on our blog page, and it's also going to show on our front page because we have a blog section on our page. Right? So if we want to see it quickly on the blog page, we hit View Post. And that's going to show you the full blog, right? And it doesn't even look great on there. It looks kind of floppy. Let's see what it looks like on the main page. And again, some of this stuff you got to mess around with. You know, if I had time tonight, I'd go in, clean up the image, that kind of stuff. Because that image is too pixelated. That's why the SEO was telling me there was an issue with it. We're going to go back and visit the site and see if our blog section picked it up. And remember, blogs are important not for your clients, they're important for Google. Google's probably the only one that looks at blogs. And there's the blog. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I was the author. If you're doing it, it'll say your name here. Okay?
Oh, okay.
You should create a category for each one of these. You could call a category like hair, fashion, stuff like that, because Google's going to pick it up. Okay?
Okay.
And then we could go here. We could see read more. And it's going to take you to the whole blog. Should at least. And it's not in here. The reason it's not showing is it's white writing. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So we might want to change that writing to black, right? That's why the wording's not showing.
How do you do that from there?
Well, you could go in and you could edit it, not in here. Well, I don't know if you can, but we'll try, right? So this is kind of a different, we can edit it there. So we got to go into the main section. So we're going to go back into our blog. And it's loading very slowly. Oh, there it is. And bear with me, Paula, because even I forget where stuff is sometimes. Text colors. There it is. To see text color. So what I'm going to do is highlight all the text color. And I'm going to change the text color to black. Okay. Update. And now it should be showing, hopefully. If not, then I made a boo-boo somewhere. Isn't web programming fun?
Yeah.
It actually is a little fun once you learn how to do it.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Some of it gets monotonous, but sometimes it's kind of fun, actually. So we'll go back to visit the site.
I'm sure once I know how to like run the program, I'll have a lot of fun doing it and playing around with it. It's just.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you watch this video again, it's definitely going to help you. So there's our blog. We're going to read more, see what we have going on now. And there it is.
There it is.
Okay. Notice when I hover over Salon Envy, it highlights, right? Remember
Yeah.
why I said that's backlink. And they had some stuff that's backlinked also. See, huge event. Now let's see where that's taking us to, because now your page is connected to this, whatever the heck it is. So we'll open that in a new link. Let's find out where that takes us. Alabama. So it's backlinked to this crazy stuff.
Oh, cool.
And what Google does, when Google looks, it looks how many things are tied to your site from other popular websites. So this is shown up in Southern Living, right? Which Google is going to consider a very important publication.
Yeah.
So it gives you a lot of credibility by doing that. And you're not plagiarizing this stuff because you're leaving their stuff in there.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. I don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, no. So tonight's lesson was kind of long, so I'm going to kind of back out of the website stuff and we'll talk a little bit. Did I explain most of what you needed to hear, Paul? Or do you want to have more questions about your actual site while I'm on?
No, that's okay. Maybe.
Well,
maybe
I'll go to the site. Let's look at the site one more time, and you can say, hey, you know what? How would I do this? Or how would I do that, right? So here's your site, okay? And I'm going to scroll through it slowly, and you tell me how you do certain things. So these buttons, if you haven't set them yet, have you set these yet to your stuff?
I don't think I have. And I don't.
Okay, so I'll show you where they are.
I don't have YouTube or Pinterest.
Well, and I'll show you how to remove the ones you don't have, right? So you
Okay.
come over here, you go to your dashboard, and you're going to go down to, I think it's under appearance. No, let me just find it quickly. There it is. So you're going to go under tools, Monarch settings. That's what that's called, Monarch. Click that, and that's going to pull up all your social profiles, right? And here they are. Social sharing, locations, networks. So if I click networks, these are the networks. You can put your networks in there. You can delete networks right here. Okay. You can add networks. There's a ton of networks you can add, all different ones if you wanted to.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Remember, you can also get rid of networks very easily. Google Plus is gone, so we can get rid of that. Google doesn't even have Google Plus now, right? Social follow, that's those links that are in the middle, so people can click them and follow you. We'll click social follow. Here they are, right? None of them are set up yet. They're just blanks. But what you would do is you just come in here and you put your address in there. Facebook, Instagram address.
I can handle that.
Pinterest. If you have Pinterest, if you don't. Pinterest is great to have, by the way. If,
yeah, and I thought about doing that. You know, it's finding the time to figure that out.
Your YouTube link, if you have YouTube videos, you can link it in here. In this case, if you want to get rid of it, you just click the X button, the minus button, right? Pinterest, minus button. You want to add networks, you just come over here, add networks. It's that easy. And there are a lot of networks in here.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
Remember, save your changes, and then those social icons will be changed. So if we go back to the site, you should see those two networks gone now. Yeah, see? Now we're down to 3 social icons. Okay? Up top, you have social follows also normally. Let me see if I can drag this out of the way. Right here, did you set these up?
I can't see what you're looking
my
at.
mouse? Yeah, so my mouse is up at the top right of your website. It has Facebook.
Yeah, I know where it is, but there's something in front of it from the.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
From
minute.
the video.
Oh, I got it. I moved it. Okay, go ahead.
So where you set those is you come into here, okay? You go into your dashboard again. Actually, you can just go into here, theme customizer. This is another kind of background thing that you can mess around with. There's so many spots to make changes in here because it gives you so many options to customize stuff, right? So we're in here. This is where you have all your kind of cool stuff, right? This is your header and navigation, your primary menu bar, which is the one here. This is your secondary menu bar, which is the one across the top, okay? Fixed navigation settings is like your telephone stuff. You can go in here, you just click it, right? It's going to allow you to do some stuff in there. Header elements. So right now, there's your phone number. If I want to show social icons, I can turn that off. They just went away. Turn it on, it goes on.
Okay.
Right? You can change the number. You can put your email in there also, and it'll put it up here next to the phone number.
Okay.
That's something you choose to do. Okay. Obviously, when you're done, you hit publish. It's going to save those changes. Okay. If you want to change your actual social addresses on here, you have to go back into your main dashboard, and I'll show you where to do those. Okay. So we go into Salon Envy, dashboard. I'm going to go all the way down to Divi. Divi is what your system is built on. That's that visual builder.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go into theme options. And then on the first page where it says general, we're going to scroll down a little bit. And yours is set right now. Your Facebook is set. And your Twitter is set. Google Plus won't be set because it's no longer available. Okay. Now Instagram is in a different spot. Okay. So if I wanted to add Instagram, which is on there, what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to stay in Divi still, and I'm going to go down to where it says Divi Booster. Do you see my mouse?
Yeah.
This is a paid program that we put in for everybody that allows you to tweak a lot of the stuff on the site. So I did change it for you already. These are more networks you can add. If you notice, it's right here. So under here, right, icons, if you stretch out icons, you can add more networks.
Okay.
Okay? Yours is already in there.
Yeah,
Allows
because
you to do some.
we went over this
Yeah.
the other day.
You'll notice some stuff in here if you want to play around with it. You know, you can, there's all types of stuff, settings you can change in here. This makes the phone number at the top a click to call, which means, excuse me, if they're on mobile, or if they touch it with their thumb, it'll automatically call.
Okay.
These are some changes you can do to the main header. There's a bunch of tweaks you can do in here. You don't need to use all of them. You can use some of them. It's kind of up to you. Play around with them. See what it does to the site. You won't break the site.
Okay. So another question I have, like on the main menu, on the top header there, in the main menu, if I wanted to move those in different spots, how do I do that?
So let's talk about that. Let me go back in there so we can talk about it visually, okay? You're saying change the order?
Right. Let's say
Okay.
I salon menu like after our team or whatever.
Okay. So this is your menu, right? And you can add pages to it, take pages away and move them around, okay, in order. So you're just going to come here. You're going to go to Salon Envy, the top thing. Instead of dashboard, you're just going to click menus. Okay. And this is your menu. Okay. If you have multiple menus, it would show, and you just come in here and you type the menu you want to see. Okay. Over here is all the pages you can add to the menu. Okay. If I wanted to add a page, I would just click on it like policies and hit add to menu, and you'll see now it's going to show up on a website on that menu. Okay. If I wanted to take it away, I come here, I hit remove. Okay. If I want to change the order of these, you just drag and drop them. So if I wanted to change, if I wanted to change memberships and put it after our team, if I put it here, it's a sub menu. See how it's out a little bit?
Yes.
If I put it here, it's a main menu. What a sub menu means is it's going to put it under a drop down under our team.
Right. Okay.
If it's right under it, even with it, it's just going to move it. Then when you're done, you hit save menu. And then you can take a look at it. So you go back to visit the site, and now memberships should be after our team. And they are. Okay?
Answers my question. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions before we get into the main stuff?
You covered quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. But honestly, you saw how much of an edit I did to your site in a matter of 45 minutes.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's not that complicated. Okay, I'm going to pop back into the group now, and we'll do some Q&A time. Let me just see if I can get the Zoom back here. Come on, Zoom. And it's not behaving. There it is. Okay, I'm going to unmute everybody now, and we'll go into some Q&A. Andrew, glad to see you aboard. Everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what did everybody think? Looks a little complicated, but it's a little bit easy once you really start getting into it. Yes?
Yeah, it looks complicated. I mean, yeah, it's very different than like my website from GoDaddy, you know, like she said, like Paula said in the beginning, it's just you click on it, edit, and that's it. So this looks a lot more, I mean, very professional, but, you know, a little bit intimidating.
And I'm here to help any of you. If you get stuck, then we'll get on a phone call and I'll do it for you just like we did in this call.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Derek.
But I don't want you to, sure.
What about security on the websites?
So we've got a security suite installed for you, and I'll show you what that is. So if you go in dashboard, we have WordFence installed, which is a heavy-duty security suite, and you'll see all the things it's doing in here. If people are trying to log in, I'll show you on mine quickly how many people try and hack me on a regular basis and what it does. So let me show you the back end of my website so you have a better idea of what that looks like. Bear with me a second. So my website, I've actually got obviously a lot more stuff built into it because I have an online store and some other things in there. Okay. But in theory, the same stuff is in it that's in yours. I just use a lot more of it. So if I go to dashboard in here, you'll see I've got WordFence in here, and you'll see I get people trying to log in. Some are legitimate users like this one, right? Marilyn thought she was logging into a part, but this one is not a legitimate user. If they try and log into the site, it's going to block them. It'll also block other countries. I can like blacklist India or Russia, things like that. Okay? And when we get into the more advanced stuff, all these things set up in your sites. If you notice, my site is tracking everything everybody does on it. How many visits I have, what they're landing on, what the percentages of people going to that are. You know, and this is, you can really go crazy with analytics. You as a salon owner really don't need all this stuff. It's kind of stuff that I use because I'm geared towards sales, right? And you're going to be geared towards customer funnels more than anything. You're going to want to know is how many people are coming to your site and what they're doing on the site, okay? I want everybody to remember a free program tonight. I'm going to show you what it is, okay? It's not mine, but it is free, and I use it myself, and I'm actually going to log into mine to show you how cool some of the things you can do on your website are. This is kind of off track a little bit for tonight because I want you to stay on track in designing your website, but this is a program that you should have at some point. And again, it's not managed by me, but it's very easy to use. It's called Hotjar. What Hotjar does is it records your visitors on your website. So, and it's free. I mean, it's free up to what you're going to use it, right? It does 100 recordings a month. And if you more than 100 recordings a month to see what people are doing on your website, then it's worth paying for it. Okay? So this is the program. And if I want to say I come in here, I can hit heat maps, which are where people are clicking on your website, or I can hit recordings. Now this is what everybody's done on my site. It's actually recording it. It tells me how they landed on the site, okay? How long they were on the website for, how many pages they visited on the website, and then I can jump in here and I can actually see what they do, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this, let's go to somebody, this person went to 2 pages, right? Okay, it tells us they were on for 3 minutes, recording. So I want to see what they were doing, whether they jumped off after seeing my pricing, whether they purchased. So this, look, this person, this is what they're looking around at, okay?
That is crazy.
I was just going to say that. That is crazy. Wow.
This tells what somebody's doing right inside of my website, okay? If I wanted to get off of that recording, we'll look at another one. Let's look at somebody that they landed on my website for looking up salon memberships, okay? And they spent 6 hours, 14 seconds there, okay? I'll play that video. Back out a couple days ago. This is the kind of depth you can get without spending a lot of money. So this shows you their exact video. They landed here, showing you what they're doing. Okay, if you notice the bar at the bottom, it's showing you when they moved or took action on the website. So a lot of this you don't need to watch. It would be boring, right? So we can fast forward. What are they doing? It's showing me their mouse. They're scrolling down and reading the information. So that tells me they were very interested in this. Now, if I see them fight again, then I'm going to try and market to that person through marketing. And you can do that through your customers. That's an advanced lesson, how to do retargeting. I'll get off of this now. So some heavy duty stuff available to you. And I'm just going to mute everybody quickly here. Can everybody hear me again? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So to answer your question, this is a powerful program that you can do some of that stuff on. It shows you when you have a powerful website versus a Wix or, you know, something like that. This is the difference. You can figure out what your clients are doing and you can market to them properly with that funnel I showed you earlier. Some of you weren't on earlier, and I just wanted to show you one of my clients' websites. So this is a pop-up on the website, and this is a conversion pop-up. What it means is when you go to exit off of the website, a page pops up and says, hey, don't forget to get your special before you leave our website. This particular one has 246 new clients converted, and now this is over a year. But each one of those clients is valued at $110. Now that's just one time. I don't know what the lifetime visit is. It might be $5,000 for each one of those clients. And this particular pop-up doesn't cost a thing. So you think about that math, right? The quick math is 246 times $110, which is roughly $25,000 over a year, just from having a website that works for you instead of just being a pretty picture. Okay, questions?
I have one question, and for products, is it a good thing to do from your website to have like whatever it's called, like drop ship or whatever it is, or what do you think?
You can, so you can definitely do that. Rosie has a program to do that if your suppliers are involved with them. It's a great idea. I certainly wouldn't turn away from it. You know, that's kind of something you have to decide, right? Whether you want to be involved with that. You can create your own online store because our websites have that capability. Obviously, I have a store on mine. Product clubs are kind of where you want to be. But my theory on a product club is, although they're getting their 2 products every month, make them come into the salon to pick them up. So you have the possibility of them booking an appointment then too. So you get more than just a product sale.
Okay.
I do have a client who boxes them up in her own specialty boxes once a month and puts a bow around them with a little handwritten note in them, kind of like Birchbox. It works very well. But if you start a product membership, you're looking at selling 24 pieces of product for one sale versus doing multiple sales every month or every time that client's in, trying to resell to them.
Yeah, I was trying, and maybe, you know, you can explain or see what we can do. I think I sent you an email about the bottle membership, like what you called it before, but Kara was not able to put that membership in. So I don't know what kind of setting, anything that we should be looking for.
Yeah, so all you're going to do is you're going to create a membership called Bottle Club, and you're going to create a service called give bottle, whatever you want to call it, right? And each time you hit that service, then you're going to write a note in the client's profile that you gave X product away, so you can keep track of how many products they got for their membership.
Oh, okay. So you are not attaching any of those products
to the membership.
While you're doing it, it's just after in the notes.
No. Exactly. You're putting it in the client's notes.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. I think that's what we were trying to figure out how to do that.
Correct. So, and I got to be honest with you, probably the best membership you can do out of all the memberships that I've taught everybody how to do. You know, one of the biggest problems in our industry is getting stylists to sell product. For whatever reason it might be. Usually you'll have one shark out of maybe one or two sharks out of the group that can sell product like there's no tomorrow. Like I know James, he's on here tonight. I know he can sell product like there's no tomorrow. But you don't run into that all the time. So if you take the average stylist and you'd say to them, all you have to do is sell it one time, and then you don't have to tell them the rest of the year what the latest, greatest product is every time they come in. It just fills that void. So you're selling one and it sells 24 products at once. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Andrew, any questions? I see you're on here. Andrew is muted. James? Paula? Anybody? Okay. Okay. Any more questions for this evening? Oh, that's okay. Any more questions for this evening?
Not from me. Not yet.
Nope, just got to start playing around with the website.
Awesome. Awesome. So again, if you need any help during the week, just...
No, I'm good for now.
Okay, perfect. Everybody just give me a shout if you need something, and I'm here. And thanks for participating tonight. It was a good meeting, Paula. I enjoyed working on your site together. I think,
and I appreciate the help.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Everybody have a fantastic evening. Make sure you do your action sheets for the week. I know I saw a couple of you sending them out. Tomorrow, I think you did yours, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So remember, if you don't take action, it's not going to get done.
Thank you so much for our class today. It was awesome.
You got it. Have a great evening, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.